What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today I am making a video that I didn't really expect to make anytime soon. But apparently, CSGO 2 is going to be releasing within this month. Yes, you heard that correctly. This month. Now, like I said, this wasn't really something that I was expecting anytime soon, but, it's a treat to me personally. Of course, I don't really talk that much about games like this on my YouTube channel, stuff like CSGO or Valorant, that style of FPS content, but at the same time, I've always enjoyed that style of gameplay. To me personally, that is the best style of competitive FPS gameplay you could possibly get, and honestly, it's one of the hardest to learn and master. I mean, if you mastered the gunplay in CSGO back in the day, you could pretty much transfer those skills across the board to any other FPS. Now, of course, the other FPSs are going to be a tad bit different here and there, or drastically different here and there, but just the core fundamentals, the core knowledge that you learn from a game like CSGO, or even, like I said, Valorant nowadays, will help you just a ton crossing over to any other FPS game or even third-person shooter game. So deep down, I always had a love for this style of gameplay, and even though there has been other titles like Rainbow Six Siege, for example, that have a similar style of tactical feel, there's still nothing besides Valorant that compares to the CSGO specific gunplay. It's, like I said, it's just on a whole different level, and it will teach you so much about FPS. So far, we actually know a decent amount of things when it comes to CSGO 2. First and foremost, they're going to be transferring the game over to the Source 2 engine, so it's going to look better, it's going to play better, it's just going to be overall, better performing. Also mentioned, they're going to go ahead and improve the matchmaking system. Now, of course, I don't really know exactly what they mean by improving the matchmaking system. This can mean many things. Of course, go down in the comment section and leave what your opinion is down below. But I think we'll have to wait until we get hands-on, until we see what this matchmaking system is going to be all about. Honestly, I haven't really been impressed by too many different matchmaking systems. It is what it is, but we'll see. If it's game-changing, then it'll be game-changing. And the final bit of information is that they're going to go ahead and increase the tick rate of the servers from 64 to 128. Wow, improvements towards the server, something that us Call of Duty fans have been begging for ages. I can only imagine how this would feel. But at the end of the day, it doesn't seem too bad. It seems like there's going to be a decent amount of changes and, improvements, quality of life improvements. Now, of course, this isn't it. The story gets a tad bit juicier because clearly the community is going to be divided over this information. You have a ton of people who are extremely excited to try out a brand new CSGO styled game, and at the same time you have a bunch of people who are a little salty, a little down and depressed that CSGO is moving on to CSGO 2. And also for those individuals, they're a tad bit worried about what's going to happen to everything that they purchased within that game. CSGO's been going on for ages here, people. People have put years and years and years and years of their life into this experience, even if it isn't, long hours every single day. Even if it's like, just an hour or two or even 5 hours every weekend, I don't know what you do with your free time, man. But at the end of the day, people have put years into this game and a ton of money to get skins, to get items and stuff like that. What's going to happen when they finally transfer over? That's one of the hardest things to do, when you have a game that's been out for so long, to make a brand new one, because more than half of the player base is going to be stressed out about all of the years worth of money that they've thrown in to the first experience. Well, first and foremost, I do want to state, after doing some research, it seems that you have no worry at all when it comes to your skins, when it comes to your content. Everything that you have collected, purchased, whatever it is in the past, is going to be transferring over to CSGO 2. Honestly, I don't really understand what people really thought, You got to remember, CSGO, people make a fortune off of some of the skins on this game, and so does the company as well. To scrap everybody's, stuff that they have and scrap all, basically the money that they actually have stored up in their inventory sometimes, that is not a good look. And it's not a good look for them as well. They're going to be losing out on a ton. So definitely 1010%, you're going to be able to hold on to everything that you already have within the game. And then, of course, for the final thing, is this going to be, basically the same game as CSGO, or are they going to be transferring over and making a brand new experience? Once again, from what I have read, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, I would love to see other opinions as well, but from what I have read, it's basically the same exact thing as CSGO 1. They're just basically, like I said, porting it over to the Source 2 engine. So if you're worried that this is going to be a brand new experience, if they're going to be drastically changing anything in this game, I don't believe that's happening. maybe they'll have some improvements, but it seems that behind the scenes they have been having tons of, different pro players who play CSGO obviously constantly all throughout their days, come and try it out, test it, and they've been doing it for a very long time now trying to perfect this. And I believe them, they don't want to mess around with CSGO. It's been a game that has been out for so long now that, to mess up something that's been so successful and something that's been able to thrive for so long, they know. They're not like COD. They're not, going to stupidly change a bunch of core mechanics that they know the fans want. No. They improve upon, they enhance, and they're probably just going to make it better than what the first one originally already was. And honestly, I'm extraordinarily happy that they're going to go ahead and take that path. I can understand that people want a fresh game, something new, something unique, but CSGO just, I don't think they need to go ahead and do that. They are already an extremely successful name. There's absolutely no reason for them to go ahead and branch out when people already love and enjoy this game. I really like when companies do this with their titles, and it's not just CSGO. There's other games like Rainbow Six Siege or Overwatch, even though Overwatch 2 just came out. But God, Overwatch 2 is going to last forever, just like how Overwatch 1 lasted forever. I love when developers go ahead and do that, and sometimes, yes, there is content droughts. There are times where, it just might seem like the game is dry or it's dead, so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, realistically, they're always alive. They really are always alive. There's always going to be a player base. There's always going to be people enjoying it. There's always going to be people looking forward to the next updates. And it's simply because the game is fun. Really, that's all it is. I really wish other games out there like, Call of Duty or Battlefield, some of my favorite franchises would do the exact same thing. Just make a game that revolves around a time period that is sturdy enough that they can, make enough content for it now and the future and, so on and so forth that can stay alive and relevant. And just keep it going. Just simply keep it going. Imagine if both Treyarch and Infinity Ward made their own game. One was a Modern Warfare game and the other one was a Black Ops game. And that's it. You have a Treyarch-styled Call of Duty game that's going to last 5+ years, and you have an Infinity Ward game that's going to last 5+ years. Depending on your playstyle, depending on what you enjoy out of COD, you go ahead, you pick it, and you play it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to worry about them scheming you out of money every single year. You don't have to worry about all the core fundamentals of 6v6 being reset every time a new, freaking multiplayer experience comes out. You don't have to worry about losing all your skins that you purchased in a previous game. You just get the game, the COD title, and you play it throughout. The gameplay is good enough, it's solid enough, people would enjoy it enough that it would thrive on. More games need to take advantage of this. Because it works. It really does work. Like I said, look at CSGO's numbers. It never dies. It stays alive forever. And that's all because of the gameplay. Yeah, of course, every so often they release new maps or something of that sort. But what do people come back for? The gameplay. That's it. And the same can happen with COD. The same can happen with Battlefield. What are some of the most active and popular Call of Duty titles out there? Some of the most anticipated Call of Duty titles out there? Well, Call of Duty Mobile. Or mods that are basically all the Call of Duties combined together. That's basically it. Like the SM2 mod that is highly anticipated right now. Call of Duty Online, while that was still up and running, that was extremely popular. And then Call of Duty Mobile, which once again is just pretty much a mixture of all of the Call of Duties stuffed together into one experience with some pretty darn good core gameplay for a mobile game. And you could also obviously emulate it on PC and stuff like that. A ton of people play that game right now. Those games last. And for the longest time, I've been hearing people say, bring Call of Duty Mobile over to console and PC. Now, of course, not like how it is now, but port it. Make a different version of what mobile is, but specifically put it on PC and console. Do you know how much money that game would make? Do you know how many people would eat that up? Now, of course, it would have to be perfected. It would have to be a good Call of Duty game down to the core, but it'll last. And then they can go off and, they can hunt their BR dreams as much as they like. But then the community can have a core game that is enjoyable and fun, And PC players don't have to bounce back to things like Plutonium all the time or X-Labs and play OG classics just to get a kick out of the game. Console players don't have to risk going up against hackers all the time and their OG classics. We could just simply have a brand new game that reminds us of the past, that is stuffed with content, and leave it as that. It's so simple, yet it seems like it's so impossible to get. But again, back to the main point. I'm really happy that CSGO 2 is coming out and they're staying true to their nature. This is probably going to be an absolute blast of an experience. And more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and discuss it on this channel. Now, I don't really know how many topics we can talk about with it since it's going to be the same exact game. But trust me, when it comes out, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a shot. And we'll see if it turns out to be any good. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me, this too, we do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, linked in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.